Chris Moore will jump center for Cleveland State. He wears 42. He'll go up against Barry of Green Bay. Randy wears 23. Second game, Horizon League semifinals is underway.
One thing you need to watch about Cleveland State is they are very patient in their offensive sets, but they're an awfully quick team. They do a lot of moving.
Bullock tries to get involved early. A little too strong on the drive to the basket.
That's right. You can see that was the strategy. Get him involved early. They cannot win this game if he plays like he did last game.
And here's Ramon Fletcher. The shot there in Green Bay on offense for the first time. Deflected away by Jackson, who is the best in the country at steals.
Yeah, he's something. Very quick. 3 a game.
Schochter open 3 over Bullock. And tap by Jackson into the hands of Norris Cole. He is a sophomore from Dayton, a high school salutatorian, and he was terrific last night. He's having a great stretch run in his second year for the Vikings.
Doesn't force the shot, stays with the game plan.
15 on the shot clock. Bullock, who missed his first attempt. And there's a trip down low, either on Barry or on Tillman. Let's visit Cleveland State, obviously from Cleveland, Ohio. Record of 23-10 this year, an enrollment of 16,000. Last time in the tournament, Mouse McFadden.
That's right.
And the Vikings defeated Indiana, won a second-round game and captured the hearts of many, getting to the round of 16 before losing there. Here's Cole trying to take his man off the dribble, left it short. Fletcher the rebound. We are still scoreless.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger than Fletcher, so there'll be some other opportunities.
And for the bio on Green Bay, well, Green Bay has not been one of the last 5 tournament champions. Milwaukee has won a couple. Butler most recently winning over Cleveland State last year in the championship game. We know the Bulldogs are already there for this year. Schochter leaves it short. A lot of shots short so far. Any particular reason, Mr. Jones?
Well, it's starting the game. I mean, these kids have been waiting for this opportunity all season, and you know that Todd has his kids up. You know the aggressive tendencies of Cleveland State, so it's going to be a little ragged at first. But after that first basket,
by Troy Cotton, who shoots 42% from the arc. 3-0 Green Bay. That's the thing they do best. They shoot the long ball. Here's Bullock trying to answer, trying to get on the scoreboard very early tonight, isn't he?
That's right, but they're not going to win this game with quick shots.
Here's Schochter against Bullock. And a rebound taken down by Moore.
Schochter, big guy, about 6'7", 6'8".
Vikings in their young history have had 7 20-win seasons, but as you saw earlier, have not been to the NCAA tournament in more than 2 decades.
The guy to watch on the offensive end to get him started is that guy right there. Troy Cotton can play. Milwaukee High School graduate. Look at him. That's what he gives them, the intensity, just like we saw with Matt Howard.
He has all 5 Green Bay points. 2.5 minutes in. An answer from the outside missed on the long 3. Taken by Trey Harmon, and he comes back and scores.
That's right, and a nice pass by Chris Moore. He's part of that 2-headed post play. George Tandy and Chris Moore, they do all the dirty work down low for Cleveland State.
And this time Harmon picks up a personal foul. As we have played a little more than 2:45 of the first half, and we already have our first substitution. Let's visit the city of Green Bay, Wisconsin, tell you a little bit about the Phoenix, who are primarily a female enrollment school. 2/3 of the school made up of women. Barry scoring on that inbounds pass. It is 7-2 now in favor of the home Green Bay Phoenix.
Green Bay in a straight man-to-man.
Norris Cole dumping it down to Bullock, who draws a double team and forced it up. And taken down by Barry. The Phoenix will push up to Schochter, who puts it up and in, and was fouled in the process.
Transition points. That's not the way that Coach Waters wants it. You won't see that very often with his teams. But look, this is an easy push. They're out and running. They have the size with Barry, Tillema, and Schochter. They are huge. Probably the biggest front line in the conference.
And this is the #1 shooting team for free throws in the Horizon League. Again, 3rd best in the country. Mike Schachter is an 88% shooter. He's only missed 15 free throws all year.
Oh, my.
Good start for Green Bay, 10-2. So where does the answer come for Cleveland State, Jeff?
Well, they have to do it with their defense. And if Norris Cole, we talked about him in Star Watch, if he can't get it done, they're really going to have some issues because he can break the plays and go one-on-one and get his own. The other players are more systems kind of players, meaning they have to get their stuff off of the execution of the offense. But if a defense is playing them tough, it minimizes all their opportunities.
Which was the case moments ago, again against Cole. Cleveland State is 1 of 7 shooting in the beginning. Cotton on a pop-out, shooting a long 3, not this time. And a rebound to the Vikings.
Cedric Jackson, he's a penetrator.
Now it's 2 against 1. Bounce past Barry, looking for an open man. Here's Cotton. Down to Barry. On the baseline. And the ball taken away from him. Here comes Cedric Jackson. It'll be out of bounds to the Vikings, but not much else going right so far. Battle between the 2nd-seeded Green Bay Phoenix and the 3rd-seeded Vikings, and Green Bay is up 8.
This game is about memories. You got a chance to do something that nobody else is going to be able to do. Who's going to be the hero tonight? Somebody's got to make a play to make a difference. Be that one. Make that memory.
Everyone loves the taste of a delicious homegrown garden tomato, but planting a garden and trying to take care of it is backbreaking work. Introducing the revolutionary Topsy-Turvy. It grows your tomato plants upside down. Just place your tomato plant into the planter, add potting soil, then hang in water. It hangs conveniently on any size porch, deck, patio, condo, or apartment balcony. Now you can enjoy delicious homegrown tomatoes in sandwiches, salads, and sauces all season long with the Topsy-Turvy Tomato Planter for only $19.99. You'll also receive our 4 Seasons recipe guide and our handy kitchen slicer for perfectly even slices every time. But call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay processing and handling. You get 2 Topsy-Turvy planters, 2 recipe guides, and 2 slicers, all for only $19.99. But you have to call now.
To order your Topsy-Turvy tomato plant, call 1-800-519-0347. That's 1-800-519-0347. Don't delay. Call now.
Championship Week on ESPNU. Coverage continues through Sunday, March 15th.
ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Welcome back to historic Hinkle Fieldhouse, put together in 1928, still going strong at 80 years plus. Green Bay leading Cleveland State. Game 2 in the U, 10-2. I'm Jim Barber. This man is Jim Jones, who only lost 1 game in his 2 years at Marquette, 149. So he knows all about winning basketball.
You know, 49 and what?
I've been researching. I've been doing my homework.
Yes, you have. But tonight is a special night for both of these teams in particular.
Chance to get to the finals.
Yes, because Tillman. I love Tillman. He has to get going because he's the kind of player that can lay out a long time and not have an opportunity to score. He will have issues. But on the other side, Janathan, struggling down low. This is a team where he needs to be in transition. He's not going to get a post up against guys 6'7", 6'8", and 6'9".
All right, Bullock went a long period of time without scoring last night. So has he rushed his opportunities so far?
Well, they went to him twice and for no results. You know, now the beat goes on. He's thinking. But just take your time. Just play. Let the game come to you. You know, don't force it.
Jeremy Montgomery, number 5, is in the game. He is a freshman. 2 key freshmen for Cleveland State. You've seen both of them so far, Harmon and Montgomery.
Yeah, that Harmon is a pure shooter. You know, just learning his ways.
Montgomery's 3 is short. Cole with a follow-up. And Cleveland State has its second field goal tonight. First points for Norris Cole.
Oh, but look at Green Bay. They're off and running.
And getting some wide open looks, and that's Tilma. And who better to get a wide open look and bury it?
How do you like that stroke? What did that take? 3 seconds? 3.5 seconds to get that baby down the floor?
It's like a layup.
Yes, it was. He's something. Leading the Horizon League in scoring, 17 points for a game.
Green Bay comes in shooting 41% from beyond the three-point line. Jackson will try a three, but he's off the mark. Cleveland State has missed all 4 of its three-point opportunities.
Yeah, they've been open, but it doesn't mean you have to shoot them.
Ryan Tillman knocks down a second one, and Gary Waters says that's not going to work.
Well, you know, when we talked
buried that way.
When we talked to him yesterday, he said they don't have an answer for Tillman.
12-point lead for the Phoenix. We've played less than 6 minutes. We're up to the news. For everything that is college sports, please log on to ESPNU.com. What better time than now as we approach the tournament? If you don't have ESPNU, be sure to log on to ESPNU.com. Type in the zip code at the top of the page or call your local cable operator or satellite provider. Log on to ESPNU.com today. This is championship week, so if you do log on to the U, you're going to be able to find out what's happening in all the conference tournaments. And just about every conference in the country plays one, minus, of course, the Ivy League. The Ivy League already has a champion, and Cornell crowned officially yesterday.
Yeah, Coach Donahue, congratulations. Green Bay looks like a 2-3 matchup zone, 2-3 matchup zone. They throw this look at you, because they know that Cleveland State has always had problems doing that, scoring from the perimeter.
Bork will try to do it from the baseline. Instead, fires out to Montgomery. George Tandy with a jumper. Ball tapped out of bounds, and we will stay right here in a fresh 35 for Cleveland State. Now 2 of 11 from the floor.
Yeah, all perimeter stuff. UIC had them going all the way to the last 5 minutes of the game, playing just this, a 2-3 zone.
Green Bay is at 6 of 10. That includes 3 threes, which have been like daggers against the Vikings. And the thing that Cleveland State found last night, as you and I observed, was the seams in the zone, the 2-3, in which Norris Cole was able to get inside, and that allowed them a chance to rally and win the game.
It did, but it took 35 minutes to do. I don't know if they can afford to do that against this Green Bay team, because as you mentioned, they can score some points.
Nathan Bullock now 0 of 4. Cedric Jackson, open court, passed 2 men to the basket and got fouled. What a blow-by move by the senior guard, Cedric Jackson.
Yeah, and we saw it all from over here. Coming down in transition, he is so quick. Watch him change directions right here with the defender. Change of pace right there, and then a change of direction. That's all fundamental stuff. Change of direction, change of pace to get to the basket and draw the foul.
Seth Jackson's had plenty of points, rebounds, and assists in his games against Green Bay, but also plenty of turnovers as well. He's committed 12 in 2 games.
See Coach Gary Waters over there. Just Green Bay gives you such a different look. From the 2 teams that we just did, Jimmy, and now you're seeing Green Bay. They're taller, and they have the same quickness as the other 2 teams that we saw. But look at Gary. He's not waiting. Press.
I think down by 12 against a great shooting team like Green Bay, that's a good idea. Pat Nelson down low, drives to the basket, might have got that deflected. Now a gorgeous pass to Tillema, missed it. Nelson can't get it, and Tillema with a 4th try, unsuccessful as well.
And the smallest man of the 4, Nathan Bullock, 7 rebounds a game, was able to pull that baby in.
Here's Jackson for 3, got a great look from the outside. And Cleveland State has answered with 5 points in a row.
That's right. It's because of their defense. They have to get some stops, and that's what they're trained to do, get stops.
Schachter on the drive is fouled. He'll shoot twice. No position for Tandy. Didn't have the feet set, so he picks up a personal foul.
Tandy part of that 2-headed post play. He and Chris Moore.
Waters already with that frown. It didn't take long, did it?
Yeah. He's not a happy camper.
Mike Schachter gets the first one. Big East Women's Basketball Championship tomorrow. The U doubleheader, Notre Dame and Villanova. That's a pretty even matchup there, 5 against 4, and then at 2 Eastern. South Florida against 1 seed and unbeaten at 30-0 Connecticut. The Big East Women's Basketball Championship was part of Championship Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods on ESPNU and ESPNU HD Sunday. ESPN, the exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Beth Mullins, Brooke Weisbrod, Bob Picozzi. Live in the great state of Connecticut. Shot their second free throw. Money. 88% from the line again coming in.
Yeah, why even shoot him? I mean, it's just so effortless.
Just put him on the board. Right?
Yes, he's good. He can make them. A low 1-4 here by Cleveland State. Trying to give themselves some opportunities to penetrate.
Jackson can't find some open room, so Bullock will shoot a 3. Not entirely his best opportunity. Out of bounds to Green Bay with 12:44 to go, and the shooting woes continue as Todd Kowalczyk's team has forced Cleveland State into 11 of 14 misses already.
Doesn't look like Jonathan's shooting too strong. There's no touch in his shot at all.
And I would think after last night, even though Cleveland State won, even though he had big points down the stretch, he wants to get off early.
Yes, he has to, because you start thinking, start talking to yourself. Can I or can't I?
What'd you do with a bad start in the game?
I didn't have any bad starts at Marquette.
Well, at 49-1 Marquette, I'm sure you're right.
Look at, I'm 6'10 and a half. I'm going against guys 6'6", 250. They can't run, can't defend. I mean, I had a distinct advantage, and the coach played to it. You know how we used to defeat zone? He said 3 guys on the perimeter, you 2 rebound, and they would just shoot it and we'd go get it. Al McGuire had his best, right?
Say it's a simple game.
That's right. He kept it simple. I've seen him erase stuff on the board. No, just do this. And it worked.
Phoenix have doubled up on the Vikings, who have the ball trailing 18-9. Jonathan Bullock completing a fine career at Cleveland State. Jackson's got to beat the shot clock, and he did. And Cedric Jackson now has 2 threes in this game. And he's not particularly a strong three-point shooter, but he has allowed Cleveland State to get much closer.
That's right. He's feeling it. But that's what you expect out of one of the senior leaders of this team.
Ramon Fletcher answers with a 3, and the Phoenix continue to rain those threes in this game. They had made 4 in 6 attempts.
Ramon Fletcher, second team All-Horizon League. So that's no fluke. He can make those all night.
Can't Cleveland State afford a high-scoring game?
No, they can't. But their defense isn't doing anything to help them right now. They have to get some stops.
Bullock on the baseline, defended well by Schochner, out of bounds. And when we come back to Green Bay, the defense has been relentless. Still, Jackson's found room for a couple of threes.
Ground control. We have a problem. Switching to lithium power.
I feel better already.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Earn double Hilton Honors base points. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
IRS problems? Associated Tax Relief can help you. What you're about to see and hear is real.
Associated Tax Relief got me a settlement of $500. This company really does what they say they're going to do.
We owed the IRS over $135,000.
All we did was hire the right people to work for us. Associated Tax saved us $99,000.
Associated Tax Relief has helped taxpayers settle their tax debt for less than what they owed.
We owed the IRS over $82,000 in back taxes.
Associated Tax Relief's attorney was a former IRS agent who knew what to do.
His hard work settled our tax debt for only $4,600.
Thousands of taxpayers across the nation have put their trust in Associated Tax Relief.
I owed nearly $115,000 and needed help fast. Associated Tax settled my tax debt for way less than what I owed. They saved me over $93,000.
Yes, you can solve your IRS problems, and yes, we can help you.
For a free consultation, call 888-775-9482 now.
Phoenix enjoy a 21-12 lead. 9 minutes into our second Horizon League tournament semifinal game from Indianapolis on the campus of Butler University.
You know, you're talking about players who have size advantage, and you gotta like Green Bay. They are so long and so tall and so aggressive. You know, Janathan right there. See, they all go after the dribbler, but Janathan overshoots the ball right there. You know, pure frustration on his part. But you have to be patient. You know, Gary Waters is a very patient coach. You've got to play through it.
Maybe a rest will do Bullock well at this point.
Yes, he's got to just keep your head together and just keep playing. Keep playing. That's the most important thing now.
He's had an interesting week. It started with the Detroit game where he ran into official Lamont Simpson, who wound up with a broken leg. And a little shout out for Lamont tonight. We know that John Adams, supervisor of officials, had him pegged for the NCAA tournament. That's how good
he was good.
Lamont is. So we hope he heals up and gets back to activity for the 09-2010 season. Then Bullock followed it with a night last night in which he had a single point with about 5 minutes to go, came through strong, and then tonight has failed to score. Looking at Renard Fields, by the way, doesn't play much, but getting some activity tonight. He is a senior from Washington, D.C.
And he's not a bad post defender. This is a physical matchup. He matches up well with Barry.
Tillman with a fake, drops it down, shot taken, foul called.
Well, they're smooth. Did you see Barry how he held that inside position away from the ball? And Tillman on the catch saw him wide open, no hesitation in trying to get the pass to him. See, they are a well-coordinated group. They're long, they can score. Fletcher is awfully quick, and you know that Troy Cotton has the ability to win games down the stretch by himself.
Troy Cotton got the first 5 points of this game. Tandy kind of pushed his man off, but was able to get the rebound. Jackson quickly in the front court for Norris Cole, who shoots the 2. And Norris Cole has his second field goal. Good transition by the Vikings.
It is. And Gary's saying, look, when you have the opportunity to take it.
Tillman back for another open look. Not this time. Fields battling for the rebound, down to Jackson. So quick in that front court.
Yes, he is. 6'3". You wouldn't know it by how quick and fast he is. Loves to penetrate. The best defender in the Horizon League. Defensive Player of the Year.
Vikings will lose him and Bullock after this season as a big part of their attack.
Great careers.
Seems like those two guys have played 10 seasons for Cleveland State. You know, they've been here a while, but so productive.
And they play a lot of minutes. Right over the top there. I know Norris Cole wish he had that shot back. I mean, he was wide open, but he is so smooth. He's deceptively quick, isn't he?
Yes. Fields' first foul sends him to the bench. Team foul number 6 on the Vikings, only 3 for the Phoenix.
Cleveland State picking up full court. No pressure, just picking up full court.
Barry pops out. Here's Tillman on the drive, pulling up and scoring. Ryan Tillman not only has some made threes tonight, he has a jumper as well. He has scored 8.
The defender was with him until he rose. Those long arms, he was able to see above the defense.
9-point lead for the Phoenix. Cole nearly lost his footing, able to regain and keep control. Guarded well by the bigger Barry. The ball is lost by Cedric Jackson. In the meantime, Montgomery comes up with a steal for the Phoenix. Cole, open court. Jackson with a foul, and the basket and one for Cedric Jackson.
A deflection that leads to a second shot opportunities. Those 3 players out front are getting it done. Jeremy Montgomery with the deflection right here. Heads up play by Norris Cole. He thinks he's got it. Just a nice outstretched arm, and then the putback by Cedric Jackson. That's Cleveland State. That's what they do to you. Hustle stuff.
Jackson started his career in the Big East with St. John's, then after 35 starts, transferred to the Cleveland State campus. With the Vikings in position for an NCAA bid last year, losing to Butler in the finals of the Horizon Tournament. And they want to be back Tuesday night with their old-time nemesis here at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
That's right. 3rd time is a charm.
On the drive, Shockner, no basket, offensive foul.
They're saying that Barry held him off. They're saying that Barry held him off down low. Barry's 6'9", about 2.5. I don't think he held him off. He was just there. But by the official's angle, that was a hard C. See right there? Yes, he did. He was moving his feet. He wouldn't allow the defender to get around. Good call.
So second look,
these guys are good. Right? Oh yeah, I can do that. I can change.
You sure can.
I mean, we have that here. You know. But here, high-tech monitors, high-tech stuff.
Phoenix have led from the start, but it's a 6-point game right now, 23-17. Jackson not getting a chance to breathe. He's hit a couple of threes. Here's Trey Harmon on the drive. A little too strong, but a putback is good for Jonathan Bullock.
That's what he has to do. Hustle stuff, garbage stuff. He must continue to play.
We saw Green Bay put on the press. Didn't result in a turnover. But it always seems when this team puts on a little heat, good things start to happen.
That's right. Pressure.
Shockner pops out. That is a wide open three. And these guys shoot threes better than just about anybody.
Oh, my. He made it look so easy. That was a softer set offense. They were looking for him to shoot a three. This guy is 6'8", almost 6'9".
Jackson trying to blow by his man. Foul called on the Phoenix. And we'll come back. 7:43 for the first half. Semi-final tournament game number 2 from Butler.
Ever feel like there's too much month and not enough money? An Allstate agent can help today with an early signing discount. It could mean some real money. If you think switching now isn't worth the hassle, how about this? Your Allstate agent will help you with the details, the paperwork, and of course, the discounts. You don't have to face tough times alone. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Are nasty drafts forcing you to crank up the heat? Heating bills are reported to increase dramatically, causing your money to literally fly out the door. With Twin Draft Guard's double-sided insulated design, your utility bills can be reduced by up to 30%. Watch. Air seeps under the door, but Twin Draft Guard creates an airtight seal. It's adjustable, slides under any door or window. Cut the length you need. Cover and slide onto the door for a draft-proof seal. Twin Draft Guard seals any gap on any floor, even carpet. Use on windows for an airtight seal. Block wind and snow. Insulate garages and basements. Seal in air conditioning. Twin Draft Guard is only $19.99. Call now and we'll double the offer. If it doesn't pay for itself the very first month, send it back for a refund. As a free gift, get the over-the-door ceramic hook. Absolutely free. You get it all. Just $19.99.
Call 1-800-568-1882. Order now and you'll get 2 double-sided Twin Draft Guards and the free over-the-door hanger for $19.99. Call 1-800-568-1882 or go to twindraftguard.com.
How much sugar is in these energy drinks? Let's find out. While waiting, you should know. 5-Hour Energy contains 0 sugar and only 4 calories. Its blend of B vitamins and amino acids can help you feel awake, alert, and productive for hours without the crash or jitters. The answer is 12. Over 12 teaspoons of sugar and 200 calories in these energy drinks. 0 sugar and 4 calories in 5-Hour Energy. There's a reason people choose 5-Hour Energy 2.5 million times a week. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
Yeah, they made the trip from Cleveland, and they'll stick around if Cleveland State wins tonight over Green Bay for Tuesday night's game on ESPN with Ron Franklin and Fran Fraschilla. 26-19 our score. Cedric Jackson has 11 of Cleveland State's 19 points. What do you like about his game tonight?
Well, he's taking the initiative. He's not a great jump shooter, but he's in a good rhythm, and they're leaving him open. So he's shooting the ball with confidence, and there's just an outright hustle play. He's known for that second shot opportunity off of a steal.
In addition to his 11 points, he has a steal, a couple of rebounds. Before the night's over, he'll have more of that and a few assists.
Yeah, he stuffs it. He can do a little bit of everything.
Cleveland State with the ball out of bounds. Trevon Harmon called Trey Harmon. Trey for the ability to make threes.
A lot of pressure on that young man.
There's Jackson to Cole, long-range three. Doesn't get that one. Tillema went above everybody, but couldn't gain full possession. And so Cleveland State gets a full 35 to work with.
That's right. And the second shot opportunity. Cleveland State averaging almost 12 offensive rebounds a game.
Vikings aren't shooting the ball well, but they'll hang around even with a low percentage, don't you think?
That's right. And their defense usually kicks in at some point.
They have the rebounding edge, 14-10, as this possession now down to single digits. Not a third three this time, but another offensive rebound for Cleveland State. A third possession on this side of the court.
Working over right now. This is what you want to see, a low 1-4 set. Let's see if Norris Cole can get something.
Fletcher hanging on him. Jackson with a screen from Tandy, cut off on the baseline. 15 to work with. Now Cole for the free throw line, little runner. Tandy tried to keep that going, but instead, Fletcher, good hustle, tracked it down in the corner. Well, and look who cheats the other way. Schachter was in his hands. Would have had a layup. Instead, it's knocked out of bounds by Tandy.
And you know what? That is a set play. Anytime they want their bigs to run to try to get some easy scores against this, what can be a very, very tough, stifling half-court Gary Waters defense.
Tillman over Jackson. And Jonathan Bullock, he could seal his guys off as well as anybody in this league.
I didn't realize he was that big until last night. He's wide.
George Tandy, who had 5 pretty big free throws last night in the win over UIC, is going to the free throw line. He'll shoot a couple. 6 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, the man that made it happen was Cedric Jackson, finding him open. Cedric Jackson leads the Horizon League in steals and in assists. 5.5 assists a game, and you saw it there in transition, finding George Tandy. Against this team, you got to run them when you can.
Big East women's basketball already set for the pairings tomorrow afternoon. Number 17, Notre Dame on the U against the 4th seed Villanova. Then in the second game, USF, which knocked down a whole bunch of threes today, will take on Gino Uriema's team, unbeaten at 30-0. Big East women's basketball championship, part of Championship Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods on ESPNU and ESPNU HD. That's tomorrow.
Full court pressure that time by Cleveland State, trying to take some time off the clock.
Ryan Tillman had it swiped out of his hands by Jackson. It'll be out of bounds to Green Bay.
You can't be careless with him in the vicinity. He's swiping, trying to make deflections. He will take the ball right out of your hands. He is so aggressive.
Chris Moore entering the game right now for Cleveland State. Bad pass from Fletcher. You won't see many of those from him.
That's right, but he was under duress. Norris Cole and Chris Moore double-teamed him right off the top. See, that's the Gary Waters type of defense. You don't know what they're going to do. That time they doubled him. Man was wide open, but he couldn't see him.
This program has rose nicely under Waters' direction. Will this year be the year they make it to the tournament? Well, Trey Harmon could have something to say with that. He is a dead-on three-point shooter.
Oh, my. Johnny Wooden, California Player of the Year last year in high school.
Stepping up on the big stage, and now a deflection. The pass intended for Troy Cotton.
And he plays defense.
Which under Waters' direction is suggested.
You won't be here. You won't be there, and if you are there, you won't be there long, because Gary demands it, just like he used to do with his Kent State teams when they made their runs in the NCAA tournament. You have to defend.
Always a joy to talk to. We caught him right after the win last night.
He was good last night.
Very dramatic. Cotton, no room to breathe against Harmon. Three-point field goals favoring the team that shoots it as well as anybody in the country, Green Bay. Now 5 on the shot clock. Tillman is aware of that. He got fouled, and I think he was fouled beyond the line or very close to it.
Yeah, I think it's a 3. I think he's going to shoot 3, but Tillman with that quick release, those long arms. I mean, once it hits his hands, he's already in motion to go up.
Tillman missed 7 games this season, which obviously affected Green Bay's opportunities, but he's back. He's healthy. He averages 17 a game. And from the free throw line, it's 75%.
The game I caught him was his first game, might have been his first game back when they played UWM in early February. And I'm telling you, even then you could see this kid was something special. Well, it was his third game back.
Todd Kowalczyk's team was able to sweep Milwaukee, and that had given Green Bay the advantage in case Green Bay and Butler had finished in a tie, because one of the tiebreakers sends you down to teams lower than you and how you fared against them. And well, let's face it, if Butler doesn't pull out the game against Cleveland State and Green Bay had beat Wright State, then you would have had a tie, and we would have been up in the Great North requesting a reservation at Brett Favre's Fine Restaurant.
That's right. They got a nice Holiday Inn up there, too. But I'm telling you, March isn't bad. Now, if you go up there in February, it could be rough on you.
Usually stand in historic Lambeau Field.
You ever wear snowshoes? Just hockey skates, you ever do that?
A long time ago.
You got to wear all that stuff when you go up there. It's cold.
Cole limited at just 4 points tonight at 2 of 7 shooting, and back come the Phoenix. They protect a 6-point lead. They have never trailed. Marine off the dribble, a shot there from the free throw line, and that was blocked by Moore.
Good job by Moore. Good recognition. Shartner had it on the catch and shoot, but he tried to get a little closer.
Well, Kowalczyk is saying, look, if the shot was blocked, why is the ball
should be their fault?
Yeah.
That's right.
And somebody else got a hand on it, so argument is over. Cleveland State back with the ball, and some instructions from Gary Waters to his guard Norris Cole.
They like that low 1-4 set because it gives the middle of the floor. Whoever gets it up there is going to have some room.
Harmon's got room for a three. Didn't stroke it this time. And pick Pat Nelson.
Look good.
That's the Karen. Under 4 minutes for the first half. It's been a quick first half. How many free throws attempted? Cotton off the dribble. Nelson tries to tip. Here comes Cleveland State on a jailbreak.
Oh, they know how to run it when they want to. Norris Cole did an outright sprint to get open and make that play happen.
Red Eaton trying to handle against Montgomery and forced way out high.
Cleveland State increasing the pressure, the on-the-ball pressure.
Which is something the Vikings do so well. Cotton on the drop down. Shot blocked. Schachter got it back, and to shoot it. And Mike Schachter with the offensive rebound.
Second effort. That's what it's going to take inside against Cleveland State.
And when we come back, ball out of bounds to Phoenix. Green Bay led by as much as 12. Well, Cleveland State has worked its way back into the game. 6-point deficit, 31-25.
When you're on the go, there's no better place for great food choices than Speedway. Chances are you're stopping by anyway, so why make an extra trip when Speedway has burgers, dogs, and more, every day priced at 2 for just $2. That's right, fresh from the grilled jumbo hot dogs, cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches, and a whole lot more, all everyday value priced at 2 for just $2. Speedway, proud sponsor of the Horizon League Men's Basketball Championship.
We're on your way, the convenience stores of Speedway.
Your home for college sports 24/7 is ESPNU. The passion.
Absolutely unbelievable.
The anticipation.
Can he do it? Can he do it?
The excitement.
Can you believe it?
Every season, every reason to watch, all year long. Will Maya Moore and the Huskies maintain their historic run, or can a familiar foe spoil the show and steal a tournament title? The Women's Big East Tournament. Quarterfinal coverage begins Sunday at noon.
If you're one of the millions of Americans without dental insurance, ask yourself these 3 important questions. 1, does your company not offer dental insurance? 2, are you self-employed? 3, are you retired? If you answered yes to any of these, it's important that you call Encore Dental today. Encore Dental is real insurance, and your acceptance is guaranteed. You'll receive up to 100% coverage on preventative care and up to 50% on basic and major procedures. Encore Dental can help you keep your teeth healthy, which may prevent infections that lead to heart disease and stroke. And with the high cost of procedures, it makes sense to have great coverage. Choose your level of benefits. There are no claim forms to fill out and no waiting for reimbursement. So go ahead, review it for 30 days.
call 1-800-357-0644. Call now for an additional 10% discount.
Call now and save an additional 10%.
Lowell Galindo with your in-game update. Morehead State, Austin Peay bringing the drama in the OVC title game. Kenneth Fareed with 7 seconds left off the alley-oop, giving Morehead State the 2-point lead. But Austin Peay has a chance to come back. West Channel is going to lose the ball, but watch Caleb Brown right there to beat the buzzers. They're in overtime on ESPN2, going back-to-back, tied at 61.
There is nothing like championship week. That one headed overtime, still undecided. And more of the same to come from other tournaments around the country. ESPNU now in high definition. To get the great action on ESPNU in high definition, contact your local cable operator or satellite provider. 3:03 to the first half. Mike Schachter, what a story he has been, suffering from a major depressive disorder, and he recognized it by the fact he had attended some psychology classes and did some self-analysis. Was lethargic, wasn't excited about things, had a short fuse, recognized the difficulties, got some help medically with it, as well as from his faith, from his coach, from his family, and
you called
we mentioned the story, knocks down a 3, but more importantly, able to get things in order from a mental standpoint, and thankfully still being able to play and function properly.
That's right, and the key, some of the key things you talked about was he got help.
Yes.
And it was detected and treated. Those are the keys.
And in a conversation with one of the Green Bay newspapers about it, he said, you know, I don't feel uncomfortable talking about it because maybe it helps one person. Maybe it just helps one.
I agree. Takes a lot of guts.
Tillman on the other end, bounce pass inside. Nelson with the layup for the Phoenix. They got it going right now.
Yes, they do.
26-27.
Tillman made it happen. Transition basketball. Cleveland State not getting back in time. Now they're scoring, but they need stops. And look how Green Bay has picked up the pace.
Under 2 minutes to go. It's picked up nicely. Shot there for 3 again.
And that is a transition basket. The last 6 points have been transition baskets. They have opened this game up.
Mike Schachter with 16, and the problem with the transition game with Green Bay and its ability to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
The Phoenix are 7 for 10 from the line.
Oh my. Oh my. You have to pick them up.
Montgomery with a 3. Cleveland State, that's not their game. The Vikings have struggled from the outside this year. Now 3 of 14 from beyond 3-point. Perrine to Schachter has had a fabulous first half.
Showing some patience right there. Cleveland State needs to slow them down. Pass and replace.
Under a minute to go. Nelson trying for his second field goal. Follow-up shot is missed. Maybe a third try. Nelson couldn't get that one either. There were 50 seconds to go. Cleveland State back with the ball and down by 10.
The only man battling down low was Jonathan Bullock at 6'4" against the trees.
Tough move by Cole. He went among the bigger players and he was fouled. Lots coming up at halftime with Lowell Galindo and Drew Barry and Paul Biancardi. Louisville going for the Big East Championship tonight on the Family Networks against West Virginia. The OVC OT thriller you saw moments ago. Bubble watch. Teams under consideration. There are many of them as we speak. With Tournament Sunday coming up oh so quickly, a week from Sunday. Cole's free throw is good.
Cleveland State has been their own worst enemy. They have not, and as the fans, as you can see, they have been getting back on defense. Gary Waters is going to have a long talk with his team. To me, Jimmy, as I mentioned during our earlier timeout, it looks like fatigue. They look tired.
Well, this is the Vikings' third game since Tuesday.
And the kind of defense they play.
And a difficult game last night, having to rally from 9 back with 5 to go. Short rest to get ready for this one. And a 12:30 shoot around, and now back at it. 1 possession left after this. Green Bay will use its timeout before losing it to the second half. And 26.8 seconds remaining for Kowalczyk and his team to design a play. 22, by the way, on the possession clock.
And everything that they have been able to run, everything they have run has been effective. Half-court set execution. You call the three-point plays. Now you get your transition game going. They are almost unstoppable in the last 3 minutes.
Well, their two-headed monster of Schachter and Tillman, Jim, has combined for 27 and have hit 5 of 7 threes in this game. We were talking about transition, and if you want to get an up-and-down game of Green Bay, I think you've got to be careful about. You better find their shooters.
Yeah, because every young player that I know is conditioned to go back to the paint first and find your man. Isn't that how they taught us how to play? You go back to the middle of the paint, the middle of the floor, you find your man. But if you do it against this team, Green Bay, it's carelessness and foolishness, and you'll be sitting somewhere at home watching the championship game.
Fletcher out high with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the high screen from Schachter. To the corner for Perrine. Air ball to 3. Tillman tracked it down. 4 to shoot. And Cleveland State with the ball is going to have a layup.
That's how fast this game can turn around on you.
First half is over. Green Bay leading from the start to the end of it. 39-33. Mike Schachter with a 16-point effort. His average is 11 as he's knocked down 3 threes to lead Green Bay to this first half advantage, trying to win the 3-game series with Cleveland State tied in the game, and more importantly, get a shot at Butler for the Rise League Championship on Tuesday night. It's allowed the Phoenix to knock down 7 threes in 11 attempts. They've had a couple of those threes in transitions, what they do best. We begin the second half with Todd Kowalczyk's team on offense and protecting a 6-point lead. The winner gets Butler for the conference tournament championship Tuesday night on ESPN. 9 bells, 9 o'clock.
And you know what? They look like the more aggressive team too, don't they? They're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
And Green Bay's had a whole week off while Cleveland State is playing for the 3rd night in 5 days. Harmon tries to get Cleveland State off to a good start in the second half, but that ball is up and over and out of bounds to the Phoenix.
And you see Coach, look at Coach, hey, I'm getting you. We got an open look with plenty of time. Could have had a cup of coffee. He was open so long.
Got to hit him.
Still up, make the shot. Making shots, big part of this game, isn't it? Making shots and making stops.
Well, you saw by the numbers, Cleveland State didn't shoot the ball well in the first half. For the game, 12 of 34, 35%. And still down by 6.
Yeah, but you always wonder, you know, it's the second game, as you mentioned, and you're trying so hard to catch up. Now, you play so hard to catch up. Do you have anything left to win? That's always an issue with coaches.
Now, the coaches voted for a change in the playoff structure, tournament playoff structure. A lot of people like it, but obviously, if you don't have a bye, great move inside by Fletcher, it makes it harder for you to win the tournament. So is this the best setup?
Well, well, they agreed. It's on them. But if I was a player, I would like to just play 8. You know what I'm saying? And then and maybe give bye to the first 2 teams, but not a two game bye. That's a lot, don't you think, Jimmy? That's a long time to wait.
Well, you're seeing a double bye in the Big East. Of course, in the Big East, you've got
40. You got 100 teams playing in one conference. I mean, come on.
Is it that many?
Oh my goodness. Talking about eating themselves, cannibalizing. Oh my goodness! Every week. What a big conference. I mean, when you come out of there, are you ready to play in the NCAA tournament?
We'll find out, won't we?
Because I always say fatigue is a factor. Oh my goodness, do they play hard? There's so many good teams there.
Doc Kowalczyk's team on the season 22-9. They're trying to position themselves for a run at Butler for the 3rd time, and Green Bay, one of the few teams to beat Butler during the regular season.
But when they beat him, remember they had DeAndre.
Yes. Should mention that both of these teams are without key players. Green Bay doesn't have Terry Evans. Cleveland State without DeAndre Brown. And both are pretty good defenders.
Yes, they are, and well missed. But Randy Berry is a big body. He's 6'9", 225. I love this angle coming right at you. See how he holds him off, and he's got the rebound. And there's the goaltend shot. But heads up play by him. Smart play.
Berry's also done a good job of staying out of foul trouble tonight. He's been disqualified 6 times this year for a total of 84 personal fouls. He has 2. And only Pat Nelson, a reserve for Green Bay, has more than 2. He has 3.
Yeah, Randy likes to bang. You can see that. He likes to go body to body.
Morris Cole off a 25-point night last night. Has 10 tonight.
That's why if they're fortunate enough to go ahead and to end up playing Butler, they can match up with physical presence. I'm not sure as far as skill and talent, but I know they can physically. And that was a big part of Butler's victory today. They were very physical today.
62-57 over White State. There's Jonathan Bullock on the dribble penetration. And the basket brings the deficit back to 6, with Fletcher back the other way, able to draw a personal foul from a trailing Norris Cole.
Yeah, he didn't wait for the troops. And I liked that in Todd Kowalczyk, you know, their ability to get up and down the floor just when you take a breath. But look right here, Jonathan gets behind the defense, and look at the freshman finding the big man open down low.
Jonathan had some interest to play college football. I think Michigan State was much interested in his services there. You see him playing on the NFL side, even though he doesn't have any football experience.
He's bigger than I thought. He's huge. He's wide. He's got to be about 240. 6'5", 240. That's a linebacker if I've ever seen one.
Jackson cut between 3 players, and on the last one, who drew the charge, he picks up the offensive foul.
I mean, look at that body. I mean, oh my goodness. Gary had a kid like that at Kent State. One of the best tight ends in the game now at San Diego. His name is left-handed. He was a pretty good shooter. Maybe someone in the truck can help me. I'm trying to think of his name. It escapes me, but he's used to getting football players to play basketball. In fact, during the Michael Jordan era, all the football players wanted to play basketball. But they couldn't get anybody out for high school football. They all thought they were basketball players. Antonio Gates, thank you. All pro.
Terrific player. Playing with an injury this past playoff season.
Yes.
Schachter, a long 3, and Bullock able to battle and caress the rebound. Still a 6-point lead. Cleveland State certainly within range here with a lot of basketball to be played in the second half.
Right. Patience is a virtue. They need to just spread the floor.
We'll see how much is in the tank for the Vikings as we get down the stretch, because they played a full 40 minutes last night and had to go to the wire to beat UIC. A reminder, college basketball tomorrow night, Big East Women's Championship continuing on the U, a pair of quarterfinal games. Rutgers under Vivian Stringer will take on Louisville. That's always a great matchup. That's in the first game at 6. John Rook, Meg Bulger, and Bob Mercosi will have the game for you. Then at 8 Eastern, DePaul just finished up an overtime win tonight as Natasha Williams got the game-winning basket. They'll face Pitt. Big East Women's Basketball Championship, part of Championship Week. It's presented by Dick's Sporting Goods on ESPNU and ESPNU HD. ESPN is the exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. And can anybody beat Connecticut?
I saw them play 2 weeks ago. This girl cut this girl up from the top of the key. It's a wonder she's not in the hospital. They've got some young ladies who are so highly skilled, it's not fair anymore.
Maya Moore is
that's her
fabulous.
Name. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. The way in fact, she scored the first 9 points in that game I watched. I can't remember. It was on a Saturday. And she took them to the left, to the right, hesitation, stutter step, waited on them, and then went past the girl. Earl Monroe stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, you kids, you don't remember Earl Monroe. He used to play with Baltimore.
Should, don't you?
Well, they don't remember the Baltimore Bullets. No, they wouldn't know the Bullets.
Andy with the first free throw. It wasn't that long ago, was it?
Yes.
George Tandy, a role player who can leap, and he can get up over everybody. And his 2 free throws bring Cleveland State within 4.
Yeah, so they're close enough, but they need stops.
Whoever wins tonight will likely stay here. I don't imagine anybody's going to Cleveland for a several-hour bus trip or Green Bay. And then we'll get ready for the Tuesday night showdown. In the meantime, Ryan Tilma from the corner, another three for him.
Even when you're not on him, it's still a quick release.
And we have a timeout called by Gary Waters. It's a full timeout, 15:50 for the game. His team is down by 7, 46-39 from Butler.
The Women's Big East Tournament quarterfinal coverage begins Sunday at noon.
Are you struggling with credit card debt? Are you having difficulty making your credit card payments? Are you tired of the harassing calls? The Debt Reduction Center understands that debt can accumulate quickly and can cause serious financial setbacks in your life. We can help you eliminate debt completely and guide you on your way to financial freedom. We have programs that can help you settle your accounts for less than you owe and with monthly payments you can afford.
They understood my situation and they really treated me with respect. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't have found them.
I know all too well that unsecured credit card debt problems can lead to wage garnishments, bank account levies, loss of your home, and even bankruptcy. Whether your situation is a result of a lost job, health expenses, or excessive credit card use, we can help you get back on your feet.
Call 1-888-741-0163. Get a low monthly payment that fits your budget. Call 1-888-741-0163 now.
If you're one of the millions of Americans without dental insurance, ask yourself these three important questions. 1. Does your company not offer dental insurance? 2. Are you self-employed? 3. Are you retired? If you answered yes to any of these, it's important that you call Encore Dental today. Encore Dental is real insurance, and your acceptance is guaranteed. You'll receive up to 100% coverage on preventative care and up to 50% on basic and major procedures. Encore Dental can help you keep your teeth healthy, which may prevent infections that lead to heart disease and stroke. And with the high cost of procedures, it makes sense to have great coverage. Choose your level of benefits. There are no claim forms to fill out and no waiting for reimbursement. So go ahead, review it for 30 days.
Call 1-800-357-0644. Call now for an additional 10% discount.
Call now and save an additional 10%.
Time now to put Jim Jones on the spot. He's part of the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee, at least for the moment. And so let's present two teams that we'll reveal later. And let's start with the RPI, which is favoring the team on the right. Strength of schedule, it's pretty one-sided. Their conference wins almost even, and a record against top 25 favors the team with a record of 3-2. So who do you like of the two to make the dance?
Well, I always look at conference record first because you got to be worthy first to get out of your conference. But look at that record against top 25. They're 3-2. I got to go with them. I got to go with the 3-2. What about you? Which one?
You know, I like the team on the right as well. I don't know who it is, by the way. So. Well, the RPI actually favoring the team with the lesser number of 56, but I still go with the group on the right, team on the right. Bullock on the drive, offensive foul.
Yeah,
And with that, we get another full timeout. We'll come back and reveal the two teams, and let's see if you agree with the decision. 15:33 is remaining.
Your home for college sports 24/7 is ESPNU. The passion. Absolutely unbelievable. The anticipation. Can he do it? Can he do it? The excitement. Can you believe it? Every season, every reason to watch, all year long.
Will Maya Moore and the Huskies maintain their historic run, or can a familiar foe spoil the show and steal a tournament title? The Women's Big East Tournament. Quarterfinal coverage begins Sunday at noon.
When Old Spice asked me to try Livewire, I was like, why, Old Spice? Because it's two things? And I'm two things? That's two thingsism.
Daddy, the truck's here.
When you want more cargo room, Enterprise will pick you up.
We're making a playhouse.
And get you on your way to special memories.
How's it going?
Finished.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Ground control. We have a problem. Switching to lithium power.
I feel better already.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Earn double Hilton Honors base points. Real value from your friends at Hampton.
8. That's how many credit cards the average person has in their wallet. It's so easy to get into trouble with debt. Call Consolidated Credit. They'll get the credit card companies to reduce or eliminate your interest. They're the freedom people.
Call toll-free 1-800-215-3116.
Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, they're the solution.
Everyone enjoying championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods live on the U tonight. Phoenix, the Vikings, game 2 of the Horizon League semifinals. Jim Barber along with Cleveland Cavalier forward greats and Jim Jones. So, 46-39 our score. Green Bay by 7, 15-33 to go. What's going through the head of Todd Kowalczyk right now as we speak?
I know the first thing he told him was don't let them fool you. They're too close. We need to keep scoring points. And okay, here's the blind resume. And now which one? Okay, we chose the right side.
One on the right, even though Maryland had the better RPI, but Kentucky.
But they lost. Utah. Didn't they lose today?
Maryland, yes. And Kentucky lost too.
Oh my. Well, I like Meeks. Remember what I told you? I like
sure. So you like the star power.
Yeah, I like that star power. Jamal Meeks can play. Can't miss next level guy.
And a 50-plus game against Tennessee earlier in the year. Here it's 46-39. The winner plays Butler for the tournament championship Tuesday night, 9 o'clock on ESPN with Ron Franklin and Fran Fraschilla.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that one because both of these teams, they can play with Butler. Oh, my.
And if it's Cleveland State, I think they'll look forward to the rest. Bullock down low, good move.
Yeah, you're all over that. Yeah, a day or two rest wouldn't hurt them. Could you imagine getting up and going to a practice at 12:30 this morning? Oh, my goodness.
So Nathan Bullock now with 8 points, 7 rebounds. His team still hanging around, down by 5. On the low blocks, this is Barry throwing one up, and Bullock gets the foul.
And all that was there. Bullock had good position, but we're looking at a size differential that is dominating down low. You'll see right. See, they're even, and that's pretty good defense by anybody else's book. But by him being smaller, you know, he's over the top of you, and it looks like you're pushing him down below, and he did right there. That is a tough guard. But give Green Bay credit, they worked that matchup. That was a set play to get the ball to Randy down low.
Randy, a 72% shooter, leads the team in blocks, coming in 22 of the team's 78 rejections. His best game against Loyola, 16 points and 9 rebounds. No one in the starting lineup shoots worse than 72% for the free throw line.
Oh, man. What an edge, especially on the road. You're making free throws. And as physical as they are down low, they're going to go to the line.
Imagine if they can get you over the limit early as Bullock scores inside and gets fouled. So Bullock now headed to the free throw line and can cut the lead to 4, and he has worked his way to double figures with 10.
And right back at you, they come down this time and they go, this is a set play. They're going right to it. And this time he's moving, which builds his momentum, which negates some of the size difference. Good stuff by Bullock, and a nice play to get him in gear, because the next 5 minutes are crucial for them, don't you think? I mean, this team, Green Bay, 2 or 3 quick threes and they're back up to 6 to 8 points. You have to keep scoring points against them. Any lapses, fatal.
This Horizon League semifinals featured 4 teams, not only with winning records, but each of them with 20 wins or more. And so it's very possible that whoever loses this game is still NIT bound, or perhaps one of the other remaining tournaments.
I would think so.
But all eyes on the prize, and that is to win tonight and then beat Butler on its home floor Tuesday night. That gets you an automatic berth in the dance. Schachter versus Tandy. Running out of room on the baseline and 5 to shoot. Green in trouble on the baseline. Nowhere to go. Still off the deflection. Got it back up and beat the clock.
That's strictly a judgment call. That looked like he just dropped the ball and then picked it back up. The official was hidden a little bit by the bodies.
Here's Jackson. Montgomery's got a free look. Rebound Tandy. George Tandy. Love watching him work inside. That long, lean body goes to work on the board.
That's right. He doesn't smile, doesn't frown, just plays. Big asset off the bench. He should be the starter. Everybody knows it. But if he wasn't coming off the bench, they wouldn't have a bench. He gives them that extra big man. He and Chris Moore combined for 10 points and about 9 boards a game.
That's a good point. Speaking of Moore, he really enters at the next whistle. 7 to shoot it. Nelson from the free throw line. And now Cleveland State can pull with a couple. Green Bay led 16-4 in the first half. The Vikings have come back. Here's Cole to the hoop. Basket and one. And Cleveland State, all the momentum right now, trailing by 2. And in your opinion, what's been the biggest difference?
The biggest difference has been Gary called that timeout after Telemann made the corner 3. He called the timeout and said, we need to control the pace of the game. We need to get to the shooters, and that's what they have done. Big play, transition movement by Cedric Jackson. And then, of course, our guy, Star Watch man, Norris Cole, getting to the basket.
Cole, a pre-med and human services major. A salutatorian in high school in the Dayton area.
I love it because this, well, it's college, right? It's education first, right?
Student athlete.
That's right.
1-point game at 50-49, and this is the closest Cleveland State's been. Jackson is shocked or had some contact, and I'm not sure it was much more than that, but to make sure that nothing escalates.
Yes, physical.
Small discussion.
It's tournament week. It's physical play. It's aggressiveness. That's what this is about, right?
1-point game, 12.5 left. Tillman getting position down low against the smaller set Jackson, and traveling called on Brett Eaton. Cleveland State has never led in this game. Here's the Vikings' opportunity.
I like Trey Harmon. This young man can play some defense. He's got right up in the gut of the offensive player.
The thing about the Vikings, they expended a lot of energy last night, and they don't appear to be tired right now. They seem to have got their second win. Great block by Nelson, and a foul call.
They found him. They found Chris Moore down low.
And Nelson got him with more than just a good defensive play. He's going to be whistled for a foul.
And give Cedric Jackson some credit. He was trying to thread the needle right there. Good hands by Chris Moore, but even better block, but he got it with body. There's Nelson.
Chris Moore started tonight, averages 5 a game, and misses an opportunity there to tie as Pat Nelson has to go to the bench with his 4th personal foul. Eaton will come out as well.
As well as Green Bay played that first half. And you mentioned it, they were only 6 points ahead of Cleveland State. That's dangerous country. Looking at a team that doesn't shoot that well, but they figure out a way to beat you.
Still trailing by 1 after the 2 misses by Chris Moore. Schochter to Ryan Tillman. That pass almost picked off by Cole. Tillman finds a long 3 and missed it. Rolled out.
Look, that shot looked more in than out. But give Cleveland State some credit. Their defensive pressure, their on-ball stuff was pretty good until Tillman got it.
Another opportunity for the Vikings to go ahead. Tandy Kamori going to set a screen for Cole, who's on the baseline. Tries to find an open man and more. Ball turned over. Back the other way comes Harmon and deflected it, and it is off of Green Bay. So when we come back, this will be the 3rd opportunity for the Vikings to go ahead. The Walchicks team still has the lead, but only by a point.
Some say David Abernathy's extraordinary confidence began at birth, when he congratulated the doctor on a perfect delivery. He later approached the much older Carrie Pecor and simply said, "Call me." And she did. At 24, he performed open-heart surgery in a crowded opera house with a ballpoint pen. But when it comes to car buying, he's as nervous as anyone. So at 28, David Abernathy used Cars.com to regain his confidence and get a car.
Championship week. Here's the feed for the win. Time wins it. Palmer's par 3. Shot clock at 2. Khalid Brown has to force one from deep.
Oh, the fire chief! The Dookies are on fire!
Head for the win. Miami's Red Hawks. They're dancing. The mayhem before the madness. Championship week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, continues through March 15th on ESPN.
Do you have time for some quick cash? Things We Buy is America's premier buyer of fine timepieces. Things We Buy needs your fine wristwatches like Rolex, Patek Philippe, chronographs, and even watches that no longer keep time. The watch experts at Things We Buy will quote their top dollar and pay high prices to you fast. Call or go online now to find out how easy it is to get cash for your unwanted watches.
I needed money fast. I sent my old watch. I got a check in less than a week.
We're different from Antique Roadshows because here at Things We Buy, we actually buy your jewelry and we pay you cash immediately.
Who knew a broken watch could fetch so much money? Things We Buy does all the work. All I had to do was go to the bank and cash the check.
Cash that you can use now. This is your chance to turn your old watches into cash today at Things We Buy. Call now or visit thingswebuy.com.
50-49 Green Bay. You're watching Championship Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Live on the U as the Green Bay Phoenix and the Cleveland State Vikings have a good one going on. 1 point separates them with 11:18 left. Jim Barber, former Marquette and Cleveland star Jim Jones.
Hey, how did my team do today? Marquette, how did they do?
Lost a tough one at home against Syracuse. Overtime.
Yeah, that injury really hurt them.
Dominique James out with a broken leg.
My, oh my. Hang in there, Buzz.
First year as coach there, replacing
Not a
Tom
bad job.
Green now in Indiana.
Not a bad job. Right.
Cedric Jackson walks it up for Cleveland State. How much is left in the tank for the Vikings? After going a full 40 last night and playing late to do it.
Patience. Matchup zone by Green Bay.
10 to shoot it. Tillman and Bullock have got quite a duel going on inside.
Oh, man.
Third three of the night for Ced Jackson. First lead of the night for Cleveland State.
Shot it with confidence. Couldn't get it to Bullock.
Back the other way. Tillman beats his man, and we are tied at 52.
You don't have time to take a deep breath.
Hold on. Ryan Tillman with 16. Mike Schachter's been quiet in the second half. He has 16. In fact, he has not scored. Are they defending him better?
I think they are, but the game has changed. Both teams have slowed but both teams have slowed down. They're working their offensive sets. Not much running. And Cleveland State's doing a better job of making Green Bay defend.
Bullock, tough shot. Missed it. And George Tandy rose above everybody else to slam.
You called it. You said you liked the way he gets in the air.
On the other end, Eaton misses the three. Here comes Jackson. One of the Phoenix down. Jackson lost control of the ball, and he traveled.
He should have gave it up earlier. Norris Cole was open, but look at the hops on George Tandy. A force-up shot by Bullock. Look at that. He came over the top.
It looked like the dunk that Raymar Morgan had the other night for Michigan State to,
That's right, to win that
close
game.
out Indiana.
Those are real hops. Yes, I could jump there. No. Come on, who are we fooling?
Did a lot of other things.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that.
Difficult to stop.
No, not that high in the air.
Tandy, a well-deserved rest.
keeping them right there. Look, they've got the lead with 2 points. And that's why Todd Kawacha kept calling timeouts, even though they had a 4 and a 6-point lead, because he understands that this team wears on you. Cleveland State doesn't give up.
Cleveland State's first lead of night at 54-52 can be stretched out a bit. 9.5 minutes to go. The Vikings back with the ball.
Showing patience, execution.
Jackson trying to find a seam, dribbles between two, lost the ball. He gets lucky there this time, though. Cleveland State got it back to Cole, and as Cole tried to fire a bullet inside, foul call, and I think Moore might have got hit in the face. I don't know if it was with the ball or with an elbow.
I'll tell you what, Norris Cole saved an errant pass.
And one thing Seth Jackson doesn't do very well is he can try to challenge the whole interior of the defense, and when that happens, usually results in a turnover.
Right, because they're in a matchup 2-3 zone. It looks man-to-man. They're putting people in zone areas next to a man, so it's sort of undercover, but you know what it is as soon as you penetrate. You can get 1 or 2 dribbles against the zone, but not very often can you go all the way. He's not an off-the-dribble shooter anyway. He's a catch-and-shoot guy.
True.
So it makes it a little more difficult. Just do what you're doing. Find your people. Find the open man.
Norris Cole. That's a 2. 56-52 Vikings.
Execution. Poise.
They have shot the ball so much better here in the second half. In fact, have hit 9 of their last 12.
I'd say they're a little warm right now and confidence building.
Tillema didn't have it. They closed on him quickly. That 3 is missed by Fletcher. Right now it's all Vikings.
Nathan Bullock doing a fantastic job on the defensive board.
I know it's been primarily a half-court game, but the turnovers on both sides have been good. And in Cleveland State's case, just 9 turnovers, 7 for Green Bay as the pass intended for Bullock results in a foul with 8:09 to go. The Big East Women's Basketball Championship continues on ESPNU tomorrow night. Pair of quarterfinal games, John Rook, Meg Bolger, Bob Percosi with the game. 6 Eastern, Rutgers, and 2-seeded Louisville. That's always a wonderful matchup. We met earlier this season, had a chance to see them at the Hall. That's the first game at 6. 8 o'clock Eastern. DePaul survived in overtime tonight to beat West Virginia 75-72. So up next, 3rd-seeded Pitt. Big East Women's Basketball Championship is part of Championship Week, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods on ESPNU and ESPNU HD. ESPN, the exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Inbounds pass to the freshman Harmon, double teamed in the corner.
Good decision. Matchup 2-3 zone. They're trying to play a zone, but Cleveland State is in a low 1-4. Watch the cutters.
Nelson playing with 4 fouls for Green Bay. Herman almost hopped too much there. But with 10 to go, it's still Viking ball. Jackson to Bullock. He got pushed by Perrine. And with that foul, we got a break. Vikings have come back. Up by 4. 7:41 left.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw 2 guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you cover for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
Out of money? Need cash now? If you need cash now, here's how to get up to $1,500 fast. With instant approval and no credit checks. Simply log on to needcash.com. Tell us how much you need, and in minutes the funds can be wired. It's just that easy and just that fast. Maybe you've got bills that are past due. Maybe you're late on your mortgage payment. With needcash.com, you don't need collateral. and no security deposit is required, even if you've got bad credit. At needcash.com, our network of trusted lenders fund millions of customers' bank accounts each year. They know how to get you the cash you need when you need it, regardless of bad credit. Needcash.com is available online 24/7, so the cash you need could be just minutes away. Log on to needcash.com and see how quickly you can get the cash you need.
ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Mike Schachter had 16 first-half points to lead Green Bay. He has not scored in the second half. He's only taken 2 shots. What's Cleveland State done differently against him in the second half?
Well, you know, they were getting the ball inside and in transition pretty easily, and it starts with your guard play. To start the second half, as we mentioned, Cleveland State is putting more pressure on the guards out front. There aren't any more easy passes in transition and no easy passes into the low post in their sets. That is forced, in the half-court set, it's forced Green Bay out on the floor. But there's something else happening, too. I don't see the same energy in the Green Bay players as I saw in the first half. You can see it in their eyes. You can see by they look tired. They look tired.
They look tired.
Yeah, I don't see the energy. I don't see them like they were in that first half. This is not the time. I mean, Troy Cotton came out, he hit 2 quick shots, and we haven't heard from him. You know, he's a big-time player for them. I don't know, you know, I just don't see it in their body language.
Cleveland State now in the bonus, but unfortunately for the Vikings, missing on the 1-and-1. And a time call in the backcourt. See if Ryan Tillman's okay. Tillman and Schachter's numbers are identical. 5 made baskets, 3 threes, 3 of 3 for the free throw line. But again, Schachter had been scoreless in this half.
See what Trey Harmon is doing, is getting up on his people. See the hand up on Tillman that time. Look at the pressure.
By the 10-second line.
Yes.
Green recognizing that.
Good job. Good job.
To the free throw line, and Pat Nelson playing with 4 fouls cleans it up.
Good. You got to like Green. I mean, he's awfully quick. No inhibitions. He likes to attack the basket. Long body. 6'3", 180-pound sophomore. He's got a future in Green Bay.
Not Green. First game tonight. Won by Butler by 5. Went down to the final minute where Wright State had an opportunity to tie with Green. This one, just a 4-point difference for Cleveland State, stretching out that lead with 6:40 to go.
You mentioned Norris Cole to me early last week. So Jim, I like Norris Cole, and I've been watching. You're right. He is so smooth and under control.
He has 42 points the last 2 nights. There's Ryan Tillman with a much-needed 3, his 4th of the night. And now Green Bay back within a point, and the offense on both sides starting to pick up.
That's right. A little more inspired play by Green Bay.
Good second game of the semifinals of championship week. Trey Harmon on a catch-and-shoot 3. Well, that's why he's been hired by Cleveland State to hit those shots.
That's right. He's going to be the star of the future. You can see it. Averaged 28 points in high school.
Tillman a quick shot, and Cedric Jackson will slow it up for the Vikings, who now can play for their biggest lead of the night. Started this game off down 16-4. In trouble early. Gary Waters got a timeout. They trail all the first half, most of the second half. Right now, they are leading by 4.
They're trying to get the ball to Janathan, trying to get him involved.
The hand on him right now belongs to Mike Schachter. 4 to shoot it. Another 3 on the way. And a rebound kept alive by Nelson, but taken down by Tandy.
That's what he does, hustle stuff. We saw the dunk, now you see the steal right there.
And that means that Green Bay's got to work a little harder again on defense. Bullock inside. Janathan Bullock double teamed, gets fouled and goes to the strike for 2, and he seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on.
Well, you know, he played most of the last game. I was going to say that he had a lot of rest. Well, he had a lot of rest from not scoring, but he played a lot of tough defensive minutes. But down in the post is where he has made his living in his 4 years here at Cleveland State. I mean, he gets it done. Look at those arms and shoulders. A player of his height, playing D1 basketball, 6'5", 240. He takes a beating every night. Plays right now he's the all-time minutes played for Cleveland State. He plays a lot of minutes, a lot of wear and tear on that body.
First team all Horizon the last 2 years. Timeout called. And Gary Waters, despite Bullock's miss, clapping his hands saying, "You're okay. Let's get the second one." 5:06 left. The Vikings have turned a 12-point deficit into a 4-point lead. Let's talk turning point here. Let's start with Bullock inside and spinning nicely, and then it's Cole blowing right past his man. And maybe the play of the game right there by George Tandy on the rebound jam. This Viking team has had some good second halves in this tournament. And right now playing on a 4-point lead.
And we talked about fatigue, but of the two, they seem to be playing inspired basketball right now. But Bullock is just something special. I'm happy for him to see him come through and start playing like he's supposed to play. He's shown us some low post stuff. He's been solid on the defensive boards.
And he gets 1 of 2 free throws. 5-point lead. Green Bay's hit 9 of 16 threes. That's their arsenal tonight. Let's see if they can get somebody open for another one.
Look at the pressure, on the ball pressure.
It means they'll have to take it inside. Nelson able to pick it up. 15 to shoot, though. And he's looking for help. Instead, it's turned over to Cole. Racing down the court against Schachter. And Norris Cole's going to the free throw line.
Pressure on the ball defense. That's what Gary Waters' teams are known for. And that's what you get from his kids. They put so much pressure on you. Look, at all they need is a deflection. Little carelessness right there. But Janathan Bullock was the reason why, because he was all over the offensive player.
By the way, do you remember Gary Waters when he tried out for the Pistons preseason camp back in the 70s? Now, you could say no, it's okay. But,
no. No.
He made it that far. That's not bad.
Well, he's a guard. They say you little guys make the best coaches. But I'm telling you, I think we see the game better from inside out rather than from outside in. Because there is a difference, right? A perspective, right?
Somebody in ESPN research should look at big versus small and see which ones are the more effective coaches.
Oh, you little guys are getting the jobs.
Bob Knight's tall.
Yeah, but the owners are afraid of us big guys. We're all over 6'10", 6'11", and you little guys are 5'11" to 6'3" point guards.
And John Thompson Jr. was a great coach for Georgetown. He was kind of a large man.
Yeah, okay.
John Wooden was a guard. We go on. I don't know what it favors. Green Bay uses a timeout rather than get in a hell ball situation. But now the Phoenix are down by 7, 4:27 to go. And what's Kowalczyk and the gang have to do right now to get back?
Well, they have to do a better job of spreading the floor. If they spread the floor and they're up and on you. Now, you remember what they taught us in high school? If your man is up and on you, what should you do? Penetrate. But if you spread the floor like in a low 1-4, then you give yourself some opportunities to do some dribble kicking. And that's where their strength is. Dribbling down, penetration, finding the perimeter shooters.
A reminder that for up-to-the-minute news for everything that's college sports, log on to ESPNU.com to get the latest on championship week. If you don't have the U, be sure to log on to ESPNU.com. Type in your zip code at the top of the page or call your local cable operator or satellite provider. Please log on to ESPNU.com today. Wire-to-wire coverage of college basketball today, including the fellas in the studio. And we'll go on deep into the night here in Indianapolis for almost at 11:30 Eastern time. Troy Cotton, who started off this game with a couple of threes.
Penetration.
To Ramon Fletcher.
Penetration. You know, they're playing a high dribble screen, and that's playing right into the hands of Cleveland State because help is right there. But if you spread the floor on them, then you can maybe, guys like Ramon Fletcher can find avenues to the basket because they know you're not going to drive. That's why they can afford to get up and on you so tight. See, they're trying to run a play for a post-up. It's not going to happen.
Trying to force it inside. Ball is loose. That'll be a held ball. We'll stay on this side. With 4:06 to go, but the shot clock is with 1 second remaining. That's how much Green Bay has to get something going very quickly. This game has been turned all the way to Cleveland's side.
They wear you down.
They do.
They wear you down physically, emotionally. There are no easy passes, and as the game goes on, there are no easy shots. They are up and on their people.
Time for catch and shoot or a lob. Short by Barry. Got the play, didn't get the basket. Now Cleveland State can walk it up and use time if it elects to do so.
Time and score, time management. This is key to closing out games.
This is where the Vikings were so good last night against the Flames. Morris Cole lost the ball. Picked up by Fletcher. We're down to nearly 3.5 minutes. Green Bay needs a rally. Tillma strong to the basket, and he was following. Love to have had the and one. But as it turns out, he'll come back to shoot free throws. Can Cleveland State hang on and move on to face Butler? We'll find out in the next 3.5.
How much sugar is in these energy drinks? Let's find out. While waiting, you should know. 5-Hour Energy contains 0 sugar and only 4 calories. Its blend of B vitamins and amino acids can help you feel awake, alert, and productive for hours without the crash or jitters. The answer is 12. Over 12 teaspoons of sugar and 200 calories in these energy drinks. 0 sugar and 4 calories in 5-Hour Energy. There's a reason people choose 5-Hour Energy 2.5 million times a week. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you, and that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
Call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
I couldn't believe how much I was paying for health insurance before, but Mega specializes in affordable health insurance for families and for people like me who don't get health insurance where we work.
Stop struggling to figure out how you can get affordable health insurance. If you're one of 45 million Americans without it, call the number on your screen right now to get affordable health insurance with the Mega Life and Health Insurance Company.
I was struggling to find affordable health insurance for my family. What appealed to me about Mega is that I could tailor a plan that fit our needs, as well as our budget.
I'm responsible for providing health insurance for my family. I worked hard, and I deserve a company that works hard for me. Mega, they saved me time and money. They got the coverage I needed at the price I could afford.
Mega has been America's solution for affordable health insurance for over 20 years. To get a plan that's tailored to fit your needs, call the number on the screen right now.
Do what we did. Call today.
Play resumes. Free throws for Ryan Tillma. Green Bay perfect from the line, 8 of 8. That's the good news. Bad news is not many opportunities from the line tonight for this great free throw shooting team.
Yeah, because of Cleveland State's strong play on the defensive end. They've not fouled people. They've been up and on the dribblers and the ball handlers, and they're protecting in the paint. This whole game has been turned around because of the defensive efforts of Cleveland State.
Gary Waters' team protects a 5-point lead after trailing most of this game and trailing by as many as 12 in the first half.
Score in time. Use some time on the clock.
So efficient last night and rallying from 9 back against the Flames. From the elbow, Norris Cole from the free throw line. Missed the jumper. Taken down by Troy Cotton. A chance for Green Bay to get closer. Schachter, rise and shoot three is short.
He heard it. You could see it. He saw the defense coming. That's what good defense will do. It'll have you thinking about it.
And Mike Schachter still has not scored in the second half after a 16-point first half.
That was probably the first thing out of Gary Waters' mouth. We got to stop him.
And have. Cole with a give to Tandy at the free throw line. He's in trouble to the corner for Montgomery. And a foul in the backcourt. But that's only team foul number 6, so it doesn't do much harm.
But the quality of the offense, and that's why Gary Waters is frowning over there. They stayed in that corner too long. On the far side, people were open. He understands, as a former point guard, he understands the importance of making good decisions, taking good shots. Even if you miss, you have floor balance, taking good shots. Even if you miss, you probably had other options.
Cedric Jackson, number 11, defending's got to be careful as he gets the rebound. He's got 4 fouls. But off that miss, 2 minutes remain in Cleveland State. Still protecting a 5-point lead. Green Bay has had a tough second half of shooting.
Use the clock, get some ball movement, pass and replace. Keep it simple.
Down to Bullock. Schachter trying to get a hand in the flat. 15 to shoot. Here comes the pick from Bullock from the free throw line. That's Jackson. Tandy tried to go up and get it and did.
That's a lifesaver. Now if they score, that may be the biggest play of the game. That was a solid play by Tandy, but he's caught a cramp, and well, he should, as high as he's jumping.
The Vikings can knock this down to almost a minute. So patient in clutch situations. Jackson in a double team and in trouble and gets a timeout. 12 remains on the shot clock and 71 seconds for the game. And Green Bay so composed, or rather Cleveland State so composed.
That's right. That's right.
Tough spots.
But you know what's worrying, Coach? He says, look, we're getting ourselves in trouble. You know, we can't go all the way. They're playing a fundamental zone inside, even though it looks like a matchup man-to-man. Ball movement. Keep the ball moving. Move the ball and move people.
The winner of tonight's game doesn't punch a ticket to the NCAA tournament yet, but becomes much closer to it. 4 teams are in. Cornell from the Ivy League, Radford from the Big South, East Tennessee State from the A-Sun, and Morehead State in a terrific double overtime game from the Ohio Valley. That game on the ESPN Family Network today and documented by our guys in studio. Field goal shooting. Well, in the second half, it's been tough for Green Bay. 7 of 23 after a much better first half shooting.
Defense.
10 to shoot for Green Bay. Tough catch by Cole. Somehow kept it alive. Threw it up with the right hand and almost got it.
They're dodging the bullet. The only thing that's bailing them out in the last 3 trips down the floor, talking about Cleveland State, has been their defense.
There's a big possession in the game on drive Fletcher and a foul called. So Ramon Fletcher steps to the free throw line for 2. He is a 77% shooter.
This is dangerous country. You're looking at a Green Bay team that is not playing well, not playing a lot of confidence, but he's going to the line. If he can make 2 here, they put themselves in a situation that a 3 can tie this game. Oh my.
Tonight the Phoenix haven't missed a free throw. They're the 3rd best free throw shooting team in the country at 78%.
And I guess you got to give Green Bay some credit. The last 3 times on the floor, they played pretty decent defense.
Needed to.
Yes, and it's made the difference. They've given themselves a chance now that 1 shot could tie this game up if this free throw is made by Fletcher.
This one makes it a 1-score game if he converts.
Ugly second half can be a beautiful thing if they can make a big 3 down at the end. That full court pressure, as well it should be.
Cole in the front court. Cleveland State doesn't have to shoot. Does Green Bay foul here?
Yes. they have to foul. If they got to foul. In fact, I would have fouled quicker than that.
Cleveland State over the last couple of nights has been very good for the free throw line. 23 for 28 in the win over the Flames, and 13 for 18 this evening.
Well, we're going to see how good they are, because one of the better, I love this young man. What do you call him? His name is Trevon, but you call him Trey.
Yeah, that's his
He
nickname.
wants to be known as Trey. Okay, well, he's got a future. He's got a name to live up to. And he has such a beautiful stroke, shooter stroke, but that's carelessness there. Look at Gary Waters on the sideline. He coached.
Two-shot foul. Missed the first. Now a chance at the second.
Trying to get Tandy back in the game so they can at least match up a little bit physically.
Harmon
He
became
tried to go
eligible
small. Go ahead.
as student at the semester break, so he hasn't had much playing time with his team, but he's been in some very important situations. That's the second one. That means 2 possessions needed for Green Bay to either tie or go ahead. Getting down to 40 seconds. Fletcher on the drive. Got it! And a foul. Ramon Fletcher taking the team right on his back.
That's right. Made second team All-Horizon League. And you're going to see why. This gritty, small point guard, he beats 1, 2, 3 people to the basket and has the strength to get it up and in. 3-point play coming right at you.
Fletcher, the best at the league in protecting the ball versus assists. He comes up with a basket and one that is pivotal right now. So Gary Waters' team gets its huddle together, saving Todd Kowalczyk, and when we come back to live action, a free throw opportunity for Fletcher. Again, Green Bay hasn't missed tonight from the line. 12 of 12.
And the last 4 possessions down the floor by Cleveland State, they have struggled. They have really struggled, but you got to give Green Bay the credit. They played the necessary defense that has brought them right back where they are right now. They are so dangerous, and as you mentioned, one of the best three-point shooting team in the Horizon League and one of the best in the country.
Green
All it
Bay
takes is 1 shot.
Has had 1 field goal in the last 5.5 minutes, but been able to carve off 5 points from the lead.
That's right. With the clock off, giving themselves a chance to win this thing.
First miss of the night for Green Bay. Out of bounds to Cleveland State.
Tell you what, he shot it like he wasn't trying to make it.
Oh. That's the impression I got, but
why?
You need to do that. Maybe just
my goodness.
Shot it long. They foul Bullock in the backcourt. 2-shot situations rest of the way for Cleveland State. Takes a little pressure off. You don't have the 1-and-1 to worry about, but yet need to make both, otherwise the door is still open.
Well, remember last night, Bullock got fouled on the 3-point line. He made 1, came back again and got the offensive rebound and made 2 more. So he made 3 out of 5 free throws in, what did you say, 30 seconds or less than 30 seconds?
5 free throws in about 2 seconds. I've never seen anything like that. Either Gary Waters. We talked to him around midnight. Bullock 2 free throws. First one good. Tonight 13 points, 8 rebounds for Jonathan Bullock.
Solid game. He has been a factor. I love it. Kids come back, play their best. It says a lot about their character. Never gave up. Coach won't let it.
No. Just the second, though. Now, if you're Cleveland State, do you look to foul this almost perfect team from the line?
No, they're a defensive team. They need to play it as is. I don't think they need to. They got to play them straight up.
Even though this team is a great 3-point shooting team as well.
I think you're playing. And you and I had talked about that in the first game. Some teams might.
I think you're thoroughly convinced it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You are not going to foul them.
No, because I believe in my defense. Cleveland State is known for their defensive play. They have to be careful, though, because remember the pressure they've been putting on in the second half? Now that Green Bay has finally spread the floor, there's opportunities for penetration. And if you come over to give help in your rotation, that's going to open up that 3-point shot you're talking about. So I understand that. I just think that you go with what your strength is. If your strength is defending, then you need to defend.
Green Bay is the trailing team, but it's interesting. Todd Kowalczyk was chatting with us yesterday. We posed the question to him, hey, you're up by 3, time running out, you're defending, do you foul or do you play it out? And he said, you know, I used to feel that you just play it out, but a few years ago I talked to ESPN's Jay Billis, and after that conversation and seeing a number of made threes on SportsCenter in the waning moments to force overtime in some games, I decided the best thing to do under 7 is to foul.
Okay, well, they may shut my mouth, but if what I do is defend, I'm going to play you defensively straight up. That's a strength for me. And I don't know Gary Waters well enough, but I'm going to guess that they're going to play him straight up. They're not going to put anything. I call them gimmicks. You know, I don't like gimmicks. He's going to play him straight up. Let's see what Todd had in his camp, because they need to score a 3. I don't think they can settle for 2.
5-second violation, though, as Tillman tried to get it in, and he could not.
The defense again. They call it defense, kids. For all you kids working out there, you don't have to be the best shooter, but you better try to be one of the better defenders, because defense can put you in position to win games. Full court pressure by Green Bay.
Jackson looking for Cole, gets to Bullock instead. Bullock now in trouble and fouled in the backcourt. Another 2-shot opportunity as Cotton picks up the personal. Moments ago, Janathan got one and missed one.
And Bullock wanted it too. He had those big hands, those claws on it. He wasn't going to let it go. But there was 2 opportunities to pass it to someone else. He said, no, I'll take these. That's leadership.
Cleveland State has 2 remaining timeouts. Green Bay has none. So the Phoenix must operate without some help from the bench.
And if there was ever a time that they needed a 3-point shot and some defense and a little luck, it's right now. You know what they say about luck. You create your own luck and opportunities.
Bullock was big down the stretch last night for the Vikings. Knocks down 2 free throws here. Cleveland State 30 seconds away from the championship game. Let's see if Green Bay can pull it off. Give and go to Barry. They'll leave him go for the dunk. 22.5 seconds to go. 68-65.
Dangerous country.
Nobody on Jackson. Bullock fouled by Mike Schockner.
He's a linebacker. Look at he's a linebacker, Jimmy. Indianapolis could use a linebacker.
6'9", 215.
Yeah. He's bigger than 215. When he came out of that locker room, boy, he is huge.
Great first half. He has not scored in the second half. Bullock with 2 more free throws. This time misses the first. SportsCenter U right after this one, close to the midnight hour. Second free throw. Perfect.
Look for the three.
To go. Instead, Cleveland State didn't need that, and a bump by Bullock with 16.7 seconds to go. Oh my. Fleck got the matchup he liked, which was small on big, and then he got bumped by Janathan. He'll get a 1-and-1.
Oh man, you know, they're playing this too close. I mean, look at Gary. Gary said, you know what, I've been here before. I've been here before. We need to match up. Oh my, 16 seconds is a lifetime. The way these young coaches coach today, there was a time you'd almost play it out and say and concede a loss. But
Fletcher's missed 2 in a row. Now a tie-up. Ball taken by Tandy. And now with 11 seconds to go, Cleveland State to the line and leading by 4.
How did Tandy get that ball? Green Bay had possession. Oh
At
my.
the very least, it looked like we'd have a hell ball.
A jump ball. He just ripped it away.
Of course, that would have favored Cleveland State too.
What a skill.
He'll foul on Barry, so he's out. What do you think?
Oh my. That was a jump ball. They just didn't call it.
Well, Cleveland State still would have had the ball, but the arrow would have been switched right after that.
That's right, and that could be meaningful.
By the way, this is not a timeout, but because Barry is gone with fouls,
yes,
it's allowed roughly 30 seconds to make a substitution, so the coaches use it as a timeout. And Norris Cole could salt it away. And he has not missed tonight from the line 5 of 5, 19 points to follow 25 that you and I saw last night.
Well, you called it. You said, hey, Jim, I like Norris Cole. He has made the difference for this Cleveland State team down the stretch.
This is his third game, by the way, at Hinkle in a week. Played here last Saturday and lost to Butler in the final regular season game. Came back last night in the win over UIC, and tonight, seconds away from a victory over Green Bay. Seconds left. Fletcher at the free throw line. Down to 4 seconds.
Where's he been all game?
And a foul with 1.7 left, but this one is over. Disappointment for the Green Bay Phoenix, who had to buy into Saturday night's action, and the elation certainly for Cleveland State. The Vikings are going to get their third crack at Butler, and the last 2 games have gone down to the last possession against the Bulldogs.
And you have to give both of those teams credit. They really go at each other. Those are wide open games, defensive minded, tough baskets by 2 tough teams. But Gary Waters last night, who would have thought it that they could come back and play on this level physically?
The team was 5 minutes away from being eliminated by Jimmy Collins and the UIC Flames, and here they are, set for a couple of well-deserved days off and headed to play Butler again. It's becoming quite a rivalry between those 2 teams.
Yes, it is, and it starts with their coaches, young Brad Stevens and Gary Waters, who's been around and been to some NCAA tournaments and has had success with major upsets.
This one is over. Down 12 in the first half, Waters, and Cleveland State come back to win it by 6.